What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Style, and welcome back to this video where we are going to be taking a look at the easiest and most effective 3-star strategy at Town Hall 9. So without further ado, let's roll the intro and get into this video. So you can see we are in Screams of War here, an EYG clan, also part of the Sharks family, and they were kind enough to let me in here to show off some of their 3-star attacks at Town Hall 9. So if we jump in, we will take a look, and we have 3 examples of these strategies today, and obviously the easiest and most effective one has got to be Witches. It's very rare where you will not 3-star against an easy base like this, a trophy base with Witches. As long as you follow the sort of steps that I'm going to go through, you will be able to 3-star almost every time. So I call this witch spam. There is a few variations. We've got 3 different attacks with a few different variations, and these depend on the bases you're going to be hitting. But we'll jump in here. We've got Medico coming in here with the first one. You can see in this one, we're actually not going to be using wall breakers really. We only have one wall breaker. We're mainly going to be using jump spells to give us access into this base. And basically what we're going to be doing is 2 groups of witches, one on one side, one on the other. You want this to go into corners, so we're going to start on the right hand corner and the bottom section here, which is also a corner of the base. These are going to push in, and the healers are going to keep these witches alive. If we pause it up here, you can see that jump spell is going to give us access right into the base. We've opened up 1, 2, 3 compartments already, and then we'll be able to use another jump spell to give us further access into the center of the base. We want our quick king and queen, once these witches have had a chance to funnel, to go in behind the golem. So you want to get that golem as soon as the witches have done their job either side, cleared out all that junk. The troops have nowhere to go but in through the base. You can see king and queen are going to be going in. We have now pulled the clan castle troops, so we are going to be getting a heal spell down on our golem and our king, as well as our bowlers, which are going to be pushing straight into the center. We are also going to be raging up through there to try and get as much value as possible. Unfortunately, it looks like some of our bowlers here actually decided to go into the outside of the base, as the witches hadn't quite funneled, but you can see plenty of our troops pushing now into the center of this base. So if we pause it up here, you definitely want bowlers in the clan castle. That is super important. The bowlers will give you so much value, and as long as they go into the middle of the base, you can get a heal and a rage down on them. They will completely tear the core apart. The witches can also come in, but it doesn't matter too much if they do continue on their path around the edge of the base. They will still get you some good value, so don't worry if that happens. Just focus on sorting that funnel out on either side and pushing the rest of your troops straight into the core of the base. But you can see the witches now in the center of the base doing some good work. We have some healers in there also keeping them alive, which is perfect. Unfortunately, that air defense is going to start picking off our healers there, but that one golem that we had is still alive and is still in the center of the base doing some serious work. And on this one, we don't really have to worry too much about the back end. We do have those double expos, but we have so many troops left up and some ranged troops. Obviously, we have that archer queen that can reach those expos, so we don't have too much to worry about there. And this one is easily going to be in the bag. We have plenty of troops that have actually pushed around this left-hand side, and they are all going to merge together on the back end of this one. Queen's ability going to be used right there. But you can see absolute overkill. Those bowlers got such a big amount of value at the bottom section of this base where everything was really tightly packed. So when you're scouting out a base, when you're deciding how to hit it, that is definitely the best thing to do, is try and get the bowlers straight into the biggest sort of area where you'll be able to get value. Because if we'd hit from the top section of the base, you can see there was these big areas here where the expos were just by themselves. So try and make sure these bowlers get in and get you some good value. You can see you're going to pick up a 3-star right here, and we'll go and take a look at the next one and see how they are able to pick up the 3-star using witches. So we have Mono coming in here against, this is a pretty common trophy base. Some people also use it in war. You'll find in just casual wars, this is the sort of base you'll come up against, whereas in more league wars and stuff, it will obviously be anti-3, and sometimes witches will not be the option you should be going for, but in most cases, in most casual wars, you'll come up against easy bases like this, and the witches will tear through them. And you can see obviously this base so clumped together that the bowlers in the clan castle are going to be perfect for this, and the witches will also do a good job. Mono deciding on this one, however, to bring those wall breakers and then bring an extra rage spell. We do not see a heal spell on this one, which is a little strange. I maybe on this one would have dropped one of the rage and bring a heal to keep those bowlers up in the center. But you can see we are going to get the witches, one on the right corner, one at the top corner. Clan Castle's going to get pulled very, very early on here, so we're going to need to get that poison spell down. We've also got our wall breakers in. Unfortunately, we didn't actually break into the compartment that we really needed to, but our king, as well as the bowlers, will be able to bust in through this wall eventually, which means our troop will come back around, hopefully, and into the base. We have one jump spell that will give us access further in through this base. The witches doing a great job on either side, and keep an eye on them throughout this. They are going to be able to get some really good value for us. We're going to get through there. Mono actually does waste that jump spell a little bit. We actually busted through that wall, so probably could use the jump spell on the back end of this one. But it doesn't really matter too much, because those bowlers on the top section of the base are doing some huge work for us. We're actually going to choose to rage them up to try and get them through that wall nice and quickly. But look how easy this was. Excuse me, I'm a bit blocked up at the moment if you can hear me sniffling, and my voice is a bit off, so apologies for that. But you can see, look at the amount of troops we've still got up. Queen just pops our ability because why not. King does go down, but we've got so many bowlers, all those witches. An easy 3-star all day of the week using this strategy. So you can see bowlers in the clan castle, 10 witches, 4 healers, 1 golem, and then you can either choose to bring some cleanup troops or wall breakers. So let's go and take a look at one more example of this, just to make sure you guys have got this strategy down and you feel comfortable using it. So the last one we're going to be taking a look at is another pretty common base that you'll see in a large amount of wars. And we have Mega Man 85 coming in here with slightly a different variation of this strategy. We're going to be coming in with less witches, and we're actually going to be bringing a P.E.K.K.A. as well as a few wizards and cleanup troops. We're going to be starting off with a baby dragon here on this right hand side, just to actually start off this funnel for us. We're going to be using double golem and then a P.E.K.K.A. to funnel on this left hand side. So it's definitely a different variation, and sometimes it just depends on your personal preference. So I would definitely suggest seeing what works best for you. Obviously in this one, Mega Man has no healers, which I think is one thing that can be a little bit risky. I think the healers bring a different level to this one. Mega Man also not funneling quite fully here, so we really need these bowlers to go in. Luckily they do, as these witches on the left manage to do that. We're actually going to freeze and poison that clan castle to make sure they do not take out too many of our troops before we can continue pushing on through. The one jump spell that we did bring, the 2 jump spells we did bring, the first giving us access into the first 2 compartments, the other one giving us access into the core and then out into some of these other compartments. But you can see the bowlers are the MVPs of this one. At Town Hall 9, bowlers, you want them in your clan castle in pretty much every attack. They will get so much value for you, as long as the enemy clan castle doesn't take them out, and as long as you can rage and heal them if at all possible. But you can see Mega Man absolutely destroying this base. Obviously we don't have those healers, so the troops will start to die off towards the end of the attack, but hopefully they've had enough power pushing on through the base that they will be able to finish off the job. We do still have the Queen's ability. Our king has gone down, but we've got those witches. Keep an eye on them at the top of the base. The skeletons are going to tank for them, and they will be able to range over the walls and take down a lot of these other defenses. So complete overkill pretty much on this one. Like the rest, we will speed it up to finish off. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It was a short and sweet video. We got to the point. We had a look at a few different variations. Like I said, we had one with wall breakers, one with 2 jumps, then one with no healers of the witches at Town Hall 9, and it's definitely an easy strategy. Anyone can do it. Have a few practices, do a few friendly challenges in your clan, get people to put up different types of base, trophy bases and war, anti-3, anti-2 sort of bases, and see if you're able to pull off that 3-star. Most important thing is try and get max bowlers in your clan castle and focus in on raging and healing them wherever you can get the most amount of value, whether that's at the start or in the center, or chances are it's not going to be towards the end, but if it is, then albeit that's what you pick. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did learn something from this video. If you did, let me know in the comments if you guys are going to be trying out this strategy, or if you have already tried it out and how you guys got on. Leave a like on the video too, subscribe if you haven't already. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/clashwithstyle if you want to go and check me out. We just got affiliated, so you guys can go and sub, get those juicy emotes and badges. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.